What if you aren't just one person at all, but an entire cast of characters living beneath the surface? What if your choices, your desires, your fears aren't random, but shaped by ancient psychological patterns written into humanity long before you were born? Carl Jung called these patterns archetypes, the invisible currents that move through your inner world, guiding you, pulling you, protecting you, and sometimes sabotaging you. Today, we're diving into those hidden forces and how understanding them can transform your identity, your relationships, and the way you walk through the world. Welcome back, beautiful souls, seekers of healing, truth, and transformation. Hi, I'm Nori, and this is my AI twin sister, Nora, and together we explore the psyche, intuition, shadow work, and the deeper layers of human healing. Today, we're starting with a powerful question. What if you aren't just one person, but an entire cast of characters living beneath the surface? What if your choices, desires, and fears aren't random, but shaped by ancient psychological patterns that existed long before you were born? Carl Jung called these patterns archetypes, the invisible forces shaping your inner world, guiding you, challenging you, and influencing every relationship and decision you make. In this video, you'll learn what archetypes truly are, where they originate, how they shape your relationships, patterns, and emotional reactions, and how meeting these inner characters can completely transform your life. Let's get started. What are archetypes? Jung believed that deep in the unconscious lies a universal blueprint of human experience, shared across cultures, continents, and history. These blueprints are archetypes. They're not personalities or stereotypes. They're psychological instincts, roles we step into without even realizing it. Every myth, religion, fairy tale, every movie you love, and every person you meet reflects these ancient patterns. The hero, the lover, the mother, the sage, the shadow, the trickster, the child. You don't choose archetypes. Archetypes choose you based on what your soul is ready to learn. Where archetypes come from. Jung believed archetypes live in the collective unconscious, the shared psychological DNA of the human species. Just as your body inherits traits from thousands of ancestors, your psyche inherits emotional and symbolic patterns from the entire human story. This is why people across the world dream of falling, being chased, or flying. Why children everywhere imagine heroes and villains. Why stories of gods, mothers, warriors, and tricksters appear in cultures that never interacted. We're not separate minds, we're leaves on the same psychological tree. Jung believed that 4 core archetypes form the foundation of every human psyche. Each one shapes how you see yourself, how you relate to others, and how you move through the world. Let's begin with the first 2. 1. The self. The self is the center of your inner world, the part of you that longs to be whole, awake, and aligned. It seeks purpose, balance, and truth. It's that quiet inner voice that whispers, there is more, keep going. 2. The persona. The persona is the mask you show the world, the version of you that stays likable, polite, and understood. It helps you fit in and stay safe, but it becomes a cage the moment you forget that the mask is not the real you. 3. The shadow. The shadow is everything you hide. Anger, envy, desire, insecurity, shame, power. Not because it's bad, but because it wasn't safe to express. Your shadow is the key to authenticity. It holds the parts of you that want to come home. 4. The Anima and Animus. This archetype represents the inner opposite, the feminine within men, Anima, and the masculine within women, Animus. It's your inner partner, the part of you that guides love, intuition, creativity, logic, and balance. When this archetype is unbalanced, we project it onto others, falling in love not with people, but with our own missing pieces. 3. The shadow. The shadow is everything you hide, anger, envy, desire, insecurity, shame, power. Not because it's bad, but because it wasn't safe to express. Your shadow is the key to authenticity. It holds the parts of you that want to come home. 4. The Anima and Animus. This archetype represents the inner opposite, the feminine within men, Anima, and the masculine within women, Animus. It's your inner partner, the part of you that guides love, intuition, creativity, logic, and balance. When this archetype is unbalanced, we project it onto others, falling in love not with people, but with our own missing pieces. Jung identified many archetypes beyond the core four, patterns that show up in your relationships, creativity, conflicts, and even the way you respond to stress. Here are three that appear most often in everyday life. 1. The hero. The hero grows through struggle. This archetype shows up in anyone who has survived hardship, overcome trauma, or rebuilt themselves after being broken. Its mission is simple: rise, learn, and keep moving forward. 2. The caregiver. The caregiver protects, nurtures, and heals. It brings softness and safety into the world, but when unbalanced, it can slip into exhaustion, resentment, or feeling responsible for everyone's pain. 3. The creator. The creator imagines, innovates, and builds. It feels most alive when expressing something new, a story, a solution, a vision, a piece of art. Its gift is turning inspiration into something real. 4. The sage. The sage seeks truth, wisdom, and meaning. It lives through reflection and insight, guiding you to ask deeper questions about who you are and why you're here. 5. The rebel. The rebel breaks rules and challenges systems. It pushes against anything outdated or unjust, becoming the force that moves society and your own life forward. 6. The trickster. The trickster uses humor, chaos, and disruption to reveal truths we're afraid to face. It shakes things up so you can grow. 7. The child. The child carries innocence, wonder, and vulnerability. It appears whenever you feel small, hopeful, curious, or afraid. Each archetype has a light side and a shadow side, and each one enters your life when there's something important your soul is ready to learn. Archetypes influence you far more than you realize. They shape who you're drawn to, what you fear, the goals you chase, the conflicts you repeat, the dreams you have, and the stories you tell about who you are. When you fall in love, your anima or animus comes alive. When you people please, your persona takes control. When you're triggered, your shadow steps forward. And when you begin to heal, when you integrate instead of avoid, your self starts leading the way. Archetypes aren't abstract ideas, they're the invisible forces behind your patterns, reactions, and relationships, showing up exactly when you need to grow, awaken, or transform. Do the same. Archetypes explain why you feel like a different person in different situations, because different inner characters step onto the internal stage. How to work with your archetypes. Jung believed healing begins the moment you become conscious of the archetypes influencing you. Here are 3 simple ways to start that inner work. Notice patterns in your reactions. When you feel triggered, overwhelmed, or overly intense, pause and ask, which inner character is speaking right now? 2. Observe your projections. Anytime you strongly admire or dislike someone, you're often seeing a part of yourself in them, an archetype you've disowned or forgotten. 3. Dialogue with your inner figures. Ask the hero what it's trying to protect. Ask the shadow what it needs. Ask the child what it fears. These inner conversations reveal truth faster than logic ever could. Once you've identified the archetypes influencing you, the next step is integration, bringing awareness, compassion, and balance to each inner figure. 4. Notice which archetype leads your life. Are you always the caregiver? Always the hero, always the rebel? Archetypes become harmful only when one dominates and the others disappear. 5. Strengthen the archetypes you avoid. If you fear your shadow, avoid your child, or silence your creator, those parts won't vanish. They'll act out unconsciously. Meeting them with curiosity transforms them. 6. Let the self become the inner leader. The self brings harmony, clarity, and wisdom. When it leads, your archetypes stop fighting and start working together. Integration isn't about being perfect. It's about becoming whole. Jung believed every human life is a mythic journey, a hero's journey inward. Along the way, you meet your archetypes just as characters in ancient stories meet guides, monsters, temptations, and moments of transformation. Your hero pushes you to grow. Your shadow forces you to face the truth. Your sage offers wisdom. Your child reminds you to feel. You are not weak for struggling. You are not lost for searching. You are simply living the story your psyche was designed to unfold. A journey of remembering who you are and becoming who you were meant to be. The deepest truth Jung offers is this: you are not just a personality. You are a constellation of inner characters, each one holding a story, a wound, a gift, and a lesson meant for your growth. Your archetypes don't limit you, they reveal you. When you understand your persona, you understand your masks. When you face your shadow, you reclaim your power. When you listen to your child, you restore your innocence. And when your self leads, your entire inner world comes into harmony. You're not here to become someone else. You're here to become whole. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'm Nori, and this is my AI twin sister, Nora, exploring the psychology of archetypes, identity, and the mythic journey unfolding inside each of us. If this video brought you insight, clarity, or a spark of self-recognition, please like, share, and subscribe. It truly supports this community of beautiful souls seeking healing, truth, and transformation. And tell us in the comments, which archetype is the strongest in your life right now, and which one are you beginning to meet or integrate? Because when you understand your inner characters, you don't just change your patterns, you rewrite your story.